My dear brothers and sisters, there is an idiom which says, keep your eye on the ball. This is a common advice of coaches to athletes. Keep your eye on the ball. It means that in order to win the game, the athletes should not focus on the opponent. They should not focus on the crowd cheering or are not cheering for them. They should not focus on the circumstances around them. They should only have one focus: to keep their eye on the ball. Now, this is true not only in sports, but also in our ordinary lives, and especially in our Christian lives. To keep our eye on the ball means not to be distracted by unnecessary things. To keep our eye on the ball means not giving priority to non-essentials. Keeping our eye on the ball means being focused on our goals, our dreams, what we want in life. To keep our eye on the ball means paying attention to what is truly important, to what truly matters. At mahalaga po yan sa ating pang-araw-araw na buhay, yung may focus. You keep your eye on the ball. Ngayon po, unang araw ng Advent, unang araw na rin ng December. At kayo mga pumunta dito sa Makati, palagay ko ramdam na natin ang Christmas rush. Sa paghahanap lang ng parking, ang hirap-hirap na. Sa traffic sa paligid, napakatindi na. At ngayong panahon ng Christmas rush, ng shopping, mahalaga yung idiom na keep your eye on the ball. Halimbawa, meron kayong bibilhin sa mall. Sabi nyo, bibili lang ako ng isang t-shirt. Minsan isang t-shirt lang yung bibilhin natin, pero pagpunta sa mall, ang daming ibang nakikita. Uy, mura tong sapatos. Naka-sale pa, sayang naman. Bibilhin ko na. Ay, ang ganda ng relo. Tamang-tama, luma na tong relo ko, papalitan ko, bibilhin ko na. Kaya yung dapat na isang t-shirt lang na bibilhin, pag uwi, ang dami ng bit-bit na bags. O kaya sa mga mag-asawa, bago kayo pumasok ng mall, sabihan niyo ang isa't isa, keep your eye on the ball. My dear brothers and sisters, that is precisely the reason why we have the Advent season. Advent tells us not to be distracted by the non-essentials. Advent helps us stay focused on what is truly essential, and that is Jesus. The message for all of us this first Sunday of Advent is very simple. The message is focus, focus, focus. In our readings this Sunday, especially in the Gospel, Jesus talks about the coming of the Son of God. This is in fulfillment of the promise made by the Lord through the prophet Jeremiah, as we heard in our first reading today. The day will come when the Son of Man will come on earth to bring us salvation, to be our justice. And Jesus tells us in the gospel that when that day comes, we will see the Son of Man coming in the cloud with power and great glory. And because we have to wait for that day, Jesus says, do not be drowsy. Huwag kayong aantok-antok from carousing, from drunkenness, and from the anxieties of daily life. Maraming distractions. Baka mamaya hindi natin mapansin, dumarating na pala yung hinihintay natin. That is why Jesus says, be vigilant at all times. And to be vigilant is to be focused. Kapag sinabihan kayo, o bantayan mo yan, bantayan mo yung bata, bantayan mo yan, ibig sabihin, nakatutok ka doon sa binabantayan mo. Kasi kung hindi ka nakatutok doon sa binabantayan mo, baka masalisihan ka. To be vigilant is to be focused. And the season of Advent, we are invited to stay focused on the one who is to come. He is our ball, and we have to keep our eyes on Him. St. Paul in our second reading today tells us how it is to be vigilant by doing what is good, by striving to be holy before God, by doing what is pleasing in the eyes of God. That is what it means to be vigilant, to stay focused. My dear brothers and sisters, as we begin our Advent journey, let us stay focused on Jesus. And let us stay focused on what truly matters in our life. Mahalaga po sa ating pananampalataya na nakatuon tayo kay Jesus para kung anuman yung dumating sa ating buhay, mga distractions, mga tukso, kahit na dumating ang maraming pwedeng pagkaabalahan, nakatutok tayo kay Jesus. At ngayong panahon ng Adbyento, ngayong panahon ng Christmas season, the busiest season of the year, many things will attract our attention. We will be busy attending to so many matters, to so many affairs, but let us stay focused on the real reason why we have Advent and Christmas, Jesus. At mahalagang disiplina rin po ito sa ating buhay, yung meron tayong focus. Kasi kapag wala tayong focus, mapapariwara tayo. Kung wala tayong focus, hindi natin alam kung saan tayo pupunta at baka kung saan tayo pulutin. We have to always have a goal, a mission, a dream to pursue. That is our focus. Halimbawa po sa mga mag-asawa, kapag mag-asawa na, yan na ang focus, yung commitment sa isa't isa. Maraming distractions na darating, pero kapag nakafocus, alam mo ang iyong commitment, yan ang iyong tutukan. Kaya kapag may asawa na, may commitment na, o kaya sa amin pari na, wag nang tutuksuhin. Wag nang lalapit-lapitan. Kasi may focus na dapat yan. Wag na nating guluhin ang kanilang atensyon. We will be distractions that might lead them to disaster. Let us help them to remain focused. Kahit sa trabaho, kahit sa pag-aaral, mahalaga na meron tayong focus. Are you focused to what truly matters in your life? Are we focused on Jesus? If we are not, then we will be distracted always. Last November 19, 2024, we marked the 1,000 days of the Russian-Ukrainian War. 1,000 days na silang nagdidigmaan. And the following day, November 20, in his weekly Wednesday general audience, Pope Francis read a moving letter he received from a young Ukrainian university student. And allow me to share with you that letter received by the Holy Father. The letter reads, "Father, when on Wednesday you remember my country and are able to speak to the whole world on the thousandth day of this terrible war, I ask you not to speak only of our suffering, but also of our faith. Although it is imperfect, that does not diminish its value, because it paints with painful strokes a portrait of the resurrected Christ. There have been too many deaths in my life recently. It is difficult to live in a city where a missile kills and wounds dozens of civilians, and you are witness to so many tears. I would have liked to flee, would have liked to go back to being a child in my mother's arms, would have liked to remain in silence and in love. But I thank God because through this pain, I am learning greater love. Pain is not only a road to anger and despair. If based on faith, pain is a good teacher of love. Father, if pain makes you suffer, it means that you love. And so when you speak of our pain, when you remember our 1,000 days of suffering, speak of our 1,000 days of love too. Because only love, faith, and hope give a real meaning to our wounds. What a beautiful letter from a young man who is focused. Not on the effects of war, not on destructions and disorder. He is focused on faith. He is focused on love. And he invites us to do the same. My dear brothers and sisters, as we begin our Advent journey, let us keep our eye on the ball. Let us keep focused on the Lord. You know, the other day, someone sent me a poem. Ako naman po, pag nakakatanggap ng mga ganyan, hindi ko na binabasa. Hindi katulad dati nung mga nagsisimula ang mga text message, lahat ng forward babasahin mo. Ngayon, kung ano-ano nang pinapadala, kaya hindi ko lahat nababasa. But this one caught my attention. The title of the poem is, God Won't Ask. And allow me to share this with you. God won't ask what kind of car you drove. He'll ask how many people you drove who didn't have transportation. God won't ask the square footage of your house. He'll ask how many people you welcomed into your home. God won't ask about the clothes you had in your closet. He'll ask how many you helped to clothe. God won't ask about your social status. He will ask what kind of class you displayed. God won't ask how many material possessions you had. He'll ask if they dictated your life. God won't ask what your highest salary was. He'll ask if you compromise your character to obtain it. God won't ask how much overtime you worked. He'll ask if your overtime work was for yourself or for your family. God won't ask how many promotions you received. He'll ask how you promoted others. God won't ask what your job position was. He'll ask if you performed your job to the best of your ability. God won't ask what you did to help yourself. He'll ask what you did to help others. God won't ask how many friends you had. He'll ask how many people to whom you were a friend. God won't ask what you did to protect your rights. He'll ask what you did to protect the rights of others. God won't ask in what neighborhood you lived. He'll ask how you treated your neighbors. God won't ask about the color of your skin. He'll ask about the content of your character. God won't ask how many times your deeds matched your words. He'll ask how many times they didn't. My dear brothers and sisters, if God won't ask these things, why are we paying so much attention to them? Kung hindi naman pala itatanong ng Diyos, bakit doon tayo nakatutok? At bakit yung buong buhay natin umiikot sa mga bagay na ito? Stay focused on Jesus. Stay focused on goodness. Stay focused on what truly matters. So that when God asks us the questions, we will be able to give the right answers.